So my husband John asked me to marry him in 1979 in October, and I was rather shocked. I knew we were good friends, and I loved having him as a good friend. However, I wasn't looking at him like a boyfriend and girlfriend type situation, but he was. And John was talking to me as he asked me to marry him, how much he loved me and how he could see our future together and how he's been praying for a woman like me. And I felt horrible, just horrible. Long story short, my father gave permission for him to marry me, and I sat there dumbfounded by my father saying yes. And so he asked me again if I would marry him, and I felt so bad at that point. What was I going to do? And so I said yes, hoping that my feelings towards John would change. Well, we decided to set a date for the marriage in July. So not too many months more before we would get married, because then I would be 18. By January, I am praying big time to God. I knew I was going to have to stop and tell John the truth, because I couldn't have John marry somebody who wasn't in love with him. Well, it just so happened on a Sunday that my mom needed something from the market, and John said, "Oh, no problem. Annette and I will go get it." And of course, my little sister had to tag along with us because that's how it was. So we pull into the market parking lot, and John sees a gentleman. I could see he's looking at him, that is homeless, that is sitting on a curb over at a McDonald's that is quite a distance away from us. And he goes, "Will you guys go into the market? And here's the keys. When you get back, just go ahead and let yourself into the truck." "What are you going to do?" And he goes, "Don't worry about me. I'll be back at the truck soon. I'm just going to go say hello to the gentleman over there." And Julie and I start walking to the market, and we're looking at John, and we could see he's walking right up to the homeless person to go talk with him. We come out of the market, and there's John sitting on the curb drinking a soda, and the guy is eating a hamburger and such and has a drink as well. And they're just talking like they're good friends. John pointed to the truck and he said goodbye to the guy and shook his hand and came back to the truck. Julie and I, of course, are filled with questions. "What's going on? Did you know that guy?" "No, I didn't know the guy. He looked hungry and I went ahead and bought him some lunch. It's okay." So I kept asking him questions. I was so thrown. I wasn't raised where we were just helping people off the street like that. It just blew my mind. In that moment, all I could think of was, what an incredible man of God who wants to reach out to anybody and everybody with the love of Christ. He wasn't judgmental of the guy. He just wanted to love him and be his friend. And all I could think of was, I want to be with a guy like that. I want to marry John. Because there was something that flipped in my heart at that moment, and John was the best looking man on earth. And I knew God had changed my heart, and I was so very thankful. He did the unexpected. And now we've been married for going on 43 years. You know, God does care about the little things and the big things that are going on in your life. Remember, because he lives, it does change everything.